Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to discuss about cyber security and the types of cyber attacks. So first we know that what do you mean by cyber security? So cyber security is nothing but it's a one technology. So why we are using this means it is used for processing, controlling and protect our systems, and also we are going to protect the networks, programs and the devices that are connected to that system is called as cyber security. So how to protect means later we are going to discuss that. First you should know the definition. Did you understand this? What do you mean by cyber security? It is one of the technology, so it is used to controlling the systems and protect the systems. So this is one of the main aim. So how to protect means first we have to analyze the general users. So how we can analyze that means authorized and unauthorized persons may be differentiate based on some password technologies or some biometric devices. So in an cyber security we have several steps. So that is nothing but a managing user privileges, incident management, monitoring, network securities, user education and awareness, removable media controls, home and mobile working, malware preventions, removable media controls and the secure configuration. So these are all several steps to secure the cyber systems. So the next topic is types of cyber security. So in on cyber security, mainly it contains five types. One is critical infrastructure security, application security, network security, cloud security, and internet of things. So first we know that what do you mean by critical infrastructure security? So it is mainly concentrates on cyber physical systems. So the systems what we are used in an cyber infrastructure, we are going to provide the security for that system. For example, already everyone knows the traffic lights, that is in signal generally we are using some indications, so that is comes under infrastructure security. And the infrastructure security is mainly used in an hospitals, shopping centers and some electricity grids. And also we can use this in an water purification. And the second security level is application security. See, in an application security mainly we are going to provide the security for both hardware and the software. So here sometimes the external threats may hacking the hardware devices, or sometimes they may hacking the softwares. So how to avoid that means we go for application security. So with the help of application security, generally we are consider antivirus programs, firewalls and encryption programs. Already we know that what do you mean by antivirus programs. So it is a solution for the virus. So it is a one of the technology, and we have several types. Already I was explained in class, because several types is nothing but a, which are those: polymorphic, stealth virus, and boot sector virus, Trojan horse. These are all comes under antivirus programs. And also we have one more technique, that is firewall. Firewall is also one device. It is used to protect or filter the both incoming and outgoing data. So and one more thing, that is called encryption programs. See, in an encryption programs, already we know that that is end-to-end encryption. While transferring data from one place to another place, before transmitting that, first we have to encrypt the data using some transposition and substitution methods. While receiver receiving that message, again they can decrypt the message, then they will get the original message. So these are all several technologies we are going to use in an application security. So the next method is security service. So and say network securities. See, in a network securities, so mainly the cyber securities concentrates on outside threats, but the network securities acts as a guard for unauthorized intrusions. Unauthorized means they are not able to, or there is no rights to receive the data. That persons we are calling as unauthorized persons. So in a network security we have to avoid that unauthorized persons. And also sometimes the unauthorized may adding some malicious data, so we have to provide the protection for that location. So then we go for network security. In a network security also we have several types, or else we are going to consider some of the examples, like we go for some additional logins. For example, everyone knows when we switch on the system, we have several techniques. One method we are calling as administrator, and as alternative solutions we go for guests. So if someone is login, means we can go through the guest logins, because for providing the security. And also, yeah, almost all the users changing that passwords, they can give new passwords. And one more thing, again we go for application security, like antivirus programs, anti-spyware softwares, encryptions and firewalls. And the next method, our next security service, is called cloud security. See, in our cloud, already you know that. So what do you mean by cloud? So we can store our data or information without using our hard drive. We are calling as cloud storage. How to provide there? How to provide the security to that cloud means we go for cloud security service. See, in a cloud service is purely, it is a software based security tool. So it is used to protect and monitor the data in an cloud resources. And next one is internet of things. So already this is also we are discussed what do you mean by internet of things. The things that are connected to the internet is called IoT. For that, how to provide the security means, some we have several types, that may be either critical type or non-critical. So these two are comes under in a cyber physical system. So we have to provide for both of them, that may be either critical infrastructure or non-critical infrastructure. We must provide the security with the help of IoT security technology. So here mainly we are consider some sensors, televisions, Wi-Fi routers, printers and security cameras. So based on this we have to provide the security. So these are 5 methods is comes under types of cyber security. So next we go for essential elements used in an cyber security. Mainly we have 5 essential elements. One is an effective framework. So framework is nothing but generally we are calling one organization or some infrastructure. When we have to implement any location, so we must first decide the framework, which framework we are going to implement. So how it is, a framework must be adopted or adjusted and fine tuned on organizations or a particular circumstances. So you must remember, so in an effective framework the main thing is choosing and implementing an appropriate framework. And the next method is, or next element is end to end scope. A cyber security program must be comprehensive. That means already you know that everyone are using WhatsApp, so it shows the end to end encryption. That means in between the hacker can unable to receive the data. So such type methods we are calling as end to end scope, means the data is transfers exact source to destination successfully. Then we go for end-to-end methodology. And next one, through risk assessments. First we should identify the risk where the exactly problem is arised, there we have to provide the security. And the next method is proactive incident response planning. So in this method, so we have to adapt some previous incidents for next future plans. So we have several solutions for several problems. Based on that we have to implement the future plans. And the next method is dedicated cyber security resources. Mainly we are concentrates on frameworks. Okay, so based on framework we are clearly define the problem and their solutions. And these methods we are considering as the essential elements. So the first one is effective framework and end to end scope, through the risk assessment, proactive incident response planning, dedicated cyber security resources. So these are all calling as elements, essential elements. So next we go for components, what we are used in a cyber security. Mainly we have 8 components in a cyber security. At least you must remember that expansions. What do you mean by SCG, What do you mean by EPP? What do you mean by NGFW and IPS, WDS, WIPS, DLP, SIEM, SWG and UTM? So first we know that what do you mean by SCG? SCG is nothing but a secure email gateway. So what do you mean by gateway? So the different networks are dissimilar networks connected together with the help of one networking device called gateway. So here we are going to concentrate on how to provide the security for anti-spam and anti-malware, or spamming methodology, or malware means with the help of anti-spam and anti-malware protection methods. So in an SCG, what they will provide? It provides a anti-spam and anti-malware protections. And the next component is EPP. What do you mean by EPP? End point to protection. End point protection. So that provides mobile device management. That means EPP only concentrates on mobile device managements like cell phones, tablets, laptops. So based on this, all these devices are having security or protection based on this component, that is called EPP. And the next method is next generation firewall. Already we know that what do you mean by firewall? Firewall is nothing but it filters both outgoing and incoming network traffics. Same thing we are going to explain here also. That means it controls incoming and outgoing network traffic based on a set of pre-configured rules. So we have several rules. What do you mean by protocol? Protocol is nothing but a set of rules. So based on that rules, we have to evaluate whether this destination address is correct or this IP address is true or false. So based on that, we have to evaluate. We have some pre-configured rules. So based on that, we have to filter both incoming and outgoing packets. So the next component we are calling as IPS. IPS is nothing but a intrusion prevention system. And one more thing, WDS. WDS is nothing but a wireless intrusion detection system, and WIPS is nothing but a wireless intrusion prevention system. So these are all some technologies. Based on this, we are going to monitor a computer network and for identify the malicious activities and the log activities. So based on these components, we have to identify the malicious activities and log activities, and we should monitor the computer network. And the next component is data loss prevention. See, in data loss prevention, so this is a we are going to consider this is one strategy. Why we are using this? To making sure that end users in a business do not send any sensitive or critical information outside that corporate network. For example, we are working in some corporation, so some unauthorized or some intruders may send the sensitive information to some unauthorized persons or some company. Why? So we must avoid that with the help of data loss prevention. So the next we go for SIEM. SIEM is nothing but a security incident and event management. So it is a process of identifying and monitoring, recording and analyzing the security events. So the main purpose of this component is used to we have to identify, monitor and recording the analyzation how the security will be happened. So these are all comes under the SIEM. And the next component is SWG. SWG is nothing but a secure web gateway. Again the same thing. What do you mean by gateway? Gateway is nothing but a two dissimilar networks to connected together. We go for networking device called gateway. So how it will work means this is similar to the firewall. So this is similar to a firewall. So why we are using this means which protects the web surfing PCs from infections or some what we called some infections or else some viruses or some malware functions. To avoid that means we go for secure web gateway. And then last component is called UTM. UTM is nothing but a unified threat management. So it is all what we are discussed in 7 components. So this is also one best component compared to all this, and this is little bit cost effective, and or else we are calling us this is more effective and more cost compared to the previous 7 components. And unified threat management is a more cost effective security architecture, and this is designed for mid-sized business. So it is used for mid-sized business, only for middle or what we called medium scale businesses. So this is comes under this methodology. So up to here you must practice. Thank you.